Shaun O'Hara, who was on that championship. You can look again. You can look again, Brockman. You can look again.
How many times did you commit holding on that play again?
Hold on a minute. Mike Del Tufo.
Clutching is
The trachea, though, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Just a little gentle squeeze.
Now, I don't want to interrupt. You've got your Super Bowl ring on your right hand, and to your right is the Lombardi Trophy. Do you want to have a conversation?
Yeah, well, hello again. Good to see you. Yeah, you haven't changed a bit. She's beautiful.
Isn't she?
She's a beauty, ain't she, Clark?
She is.
No line, Russ.
Well, I call it the precious.
Yeah.
It's the precious.
The precious. And then this,
That-
that plays right in there. But that,
Right there.
yeah, I got a great story about that. Actually.
Please.
When you play in the Super Bowl,
Yes.
they give you tickets, they give you all kinds of stuff. They give you a pass. One single pass, and you get to give that to one person. And with 2 minutes left to go in the game, they bring that person down to the field so that they can rush on the field if you win.
So you're just, as a Super Bowl player, just +1? That's it?
You get one. That's it. I mean, listen, this is a big thing, like, because, do you give it to mom? Do you give it to dad? Do you give it to, at the time for me, I was engaged.
Well,
so, of course, I gave it to my fiance, my wife now.
Yeah. That's why she's your wife, because if you gave it to somebody else, that would have been the end of the conversation.
Absolutely. But it creates a little bit of, hey, all right, what are we going to do? So after the game, she was on the field, but then I said, all right, I got to get the rest of the family over. So my parents are there, my whole family, get them down from the stands, help them down. And I said, I want to take a family photo of us on the field. Confetti's still coming down. Mm-hmm. The entire O'Hara family's there. My fiance's family is there. And I'm looking for my dad. And Big Dave, nobody can find him. He disappeared. And as we're looking into the crowd, I'm like, where could he have possibly gone? He shows up with the Lombardi Trophy. My dad went and stole it from one of my teammates, grabbed the trophy, and ran over to bring it to the family photo. So we got a family shot of the Lombardi Trophy with our whole group. My dad stole it.
Do you know from whose
I don't know who he took
hands
it from.
he took it?
It probably wasn't Strahan.
That's right.
It probably wasn't him.
Stray was not giving that up.
He probably waited till the 53rd guy on the roster got it, and then he just said, hey.
Some practice squatter.
Yeah. He didn't ask. He just took it.
Took it. What are your memories of that night, other than obviously your family?
Well, we just showed that play that I know some people don't appreciate, the Tyree helmet catch, but let's just put it this way. When did you realize you guys really had a shot here? I remember going into halftime. At halftime, we were down 7-3, and you would have thought we were winning because going into this, they were the number one ranked offense. Before the game, they had asked Plaxico, hey, what's the score? And he said, well, 21-17, and Tom kind of scoffed.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
We're only going to score 17. And so our defense was seething all week long. So going into halftime, I remember just kind of looking around saying, hey, guys, we're right in this game. We're right here. And physically, we held up. We were handling their defense. And the job that our defense was doing on Tom, Brady was beat up. And Tom Coughlin came in on Wednesday morning to our first team meeting and said, if we're going to win this game, we got to get Tom on the ground. I think they hit him 13 times, knocked him down. From the first snap to the last, they were all over Brady. And our D-line took it to their own line. But at halftime, we really felt like we can win this game.
Well, conventional wisdom, Shaun, is that because the Giants went for broke in the so-called meaningless Week 17 finale in which the Patriots were going for 16-0, and they tried to get it. And the Giants, even though you had nothing proverbially left to play for, you'd clinched as best a position you could get in the playoffs, that you tried and then you went toe-to-toe in that game, that did, in fact, help you in that Super Bowl win. Would you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, this game is all about confidence. And, that season, we have been up and down. We started out 0-2, and then we won 6 in a row, and we were 6-2, and then, we kind of flopped around a little bit. Eli had an awful game against Minnesota. It took 3 bottles of wine for him to recover from that one. And then we had to clinch the playoffs in Buffalo. And so we kind of really didn't know who we were as a team. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden now we're playing an undefeated team. And New England had been tested that year too. Baltimore almost beat them. Everybody was trying to knock off the champs and who could be that team to beat them. This was our barometer. And when Coach Coughlin came in and said, guys, we're playing to win the game on Wednesday, I think everybody was excited because we realized that we're going to get a shot to find out how good of a team we are. Now, I'm a little bit salty about that game because I tore my MCL. I got hurt in the second quarter, missed the end of that game. But it gave us confidence. The first drive of the game, we marched right down the field, and Brandon Jacobs ran over Teddy Bruschi for a touchdown on the very first drive.
I remember that.
And I remember seeing Roddy Harrison, and as he was walking off, and, he likes to talk a lot of you-know-what, and we said to him, yeah, we're not scared of you, and we're coming. And he knew it. He didn't want to tackle Brandon Jacobs. And when we ran through that defense, we knew, hey, you know what? We can hang with this group, and it gave us confidence. We knew we were a physical team, and we put up 30-something points on them that day, and we knew we could hang with them.
Shaun O'Hara here on the Rich Eisen Show. Shaun will be part of the cast of thousands of the 8.5-hour-long NFL Game Day morning that starts at 8 a.m. right here down the street in Houston, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. That was a big game for the NFL Network, too, because we had the rights to that game, and there was a lot of distribution argument going on, and some people in New England weren't going to get it, and members of Congress were writing letters to get that, and it turned out to be the State of the Union. And by that, I mean it wound up everywhere. It wasn't just on the NFL Network, but it was everybody's chance, maybe in spots of this country, to get their first glimpse of what the NFL Network looked like. And now we're in Houston, too. I'm going to get a little emotional. This is where our first Super Bowl took place, and now here you are part of it. So you don't have to get up at 7 in the morning to start? You're part of the 8.5 hours?
We're going to get a workout in before,
Definitely
right,
not.
Rich?
Definitely
No, we got to get you ready. I mean, your big day's coming up, too.
Come on now.
We got to get you ready
for my combine?
For the run,
For
yeah.
the run, no. I compartmentalize. I just go from one event to the next.
Yeah. You know what? Athletes just, you're like a cheetah. You don't have to stretch. You just
Thank
get up and
you.
run.
Thank you, Shaun. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll be up early. I mean, it'll be a pretty nice little Sunday.
Okay. We'll be all there. All of us will be getting together and going through security at the crack of dawn to make sure that we're all there.
Yes.
What happens in this one? What do you think happens in Super Bowl 51? Shaun?
Yeah, you know what? I know this. A Rutgers player is going to win a Super Bowl.
There's a lot of Rutgers guys.
I can't wait. We got Mohamed Sanu, who I've known since he was in high school. He was at South Brunswick. He was a triple option quarterback. And my former high school coach, Rick Mance, who was at Hillsborough, went to South Brunswick, coached Mohamed. And he used to tell me, you got to come see this kid, Mo. He's unbelievable. He's a ridiculous athlete. We've got to get him to commit to Rutgers. So he goes to Rutgers. And I've kind of followed his career and kind of been pulling for him ever since. And then we've got, the Devin McCourty, Logan Ryan, Deron Harmon on the Patriots side. So it's going to be, it'll be great for RU to add another ring to
That's
the
great.
legacy.
That's enough Rutgers talk now.
Hey, man,
Shaun,
we didn't score a touchdown.
We have people who want to watch
in the
and
Big Ten
listen.
in weeks.
Okay, we want to keep the audience, but congrats on Rutgers doing something. What do you think happens in this game for all universities that are represented by the players?
I tell you, I can't wait to watch the Atlanta Falcons on offense.
Me too.
I just
Wait,
think this
play the
is
drop, Del Tufo. Play the drop. Play the drop. He's talking about the Falcons here on the Richard. Yes. Hold on.
Your daily reminder, the Atlanta Falcons are also in Super Bowl 51.
Yes, they are. Well done, Shaun. Thanks for taking part in this segment.
I'm a big fan of Rise Up Nation. I'm with them. And I think this offense, I'm curious to see how New England tries to defend them. Because when you have three good corners like the Patriots have, if they want to play man, everybody's talking about Julio Jones, but Atlanta can beat you with so many different people. And the two guys that, to me, I don't think match up well against the Patriots are Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. Not having Jamie Collins, I think this could be the one game where that comes back to haunt the Patriots.
No kidding. Could you imagine?
The linebackers can't cover these guys. So Jamie Collins was their best and most athletic linebacker.
But Belichick knows that, right? So, and Patricia would know that.
So they got to get pressure, And that's where I think the game is going to be won. How do they protect Matt Ryan? Give him enough time. If you give Matt time, I think he's going to have a huge game, huge day. But what the Patriots did to us, and I remember Junior Seau, rest in peace, he was their fifth rush guy. And they moved him around.
What a fifth rush guy, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Do you imagine? Let's have Junior Seau be our fifth rush guy. Come on.
I almost didn't want to block him because I had so much respect for him. I was just grabbing him, and as I'm holding him,
Nice.
As I'm holding him and clutching his jersey, I'm saying, this guy, he's a Hall of Famer. I can't believe I'm playing against this guy. I think that's going to be the key. And, look, the O-line for Atlanta has done a great job. If they can find a way to give Matt Ryan a little bit of time, I think that he goes off on this defense.
Look at that. Shaun O'Hara saying it's about the protection up front. Way to go.
Yeah, I'm going on a limb there.
Stay consistent, right? No, hey, look, you're bringing an offensive lineman perspective to it. Thanks for coming on, sir.
Rich,
I
good
will
to
see you at the
Thanks for having
meetings
me.
later on this week,
Can't
and I will
wait.
see you. I will see you obviously on Sunday on NFL Network.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.